Hi guys, how are you all doing? Welcome and welcome back to Learning to Live Life on a Budget. My name is Millie. You're here for the month 12 paycheck, week 3 check-in with me. These numbers can actually be updated because I have paid them for the month. They are less. It's interesting to see that one's so high. Yeah, so we are on the 3rd of January. We've got sort of like a couple of weeks to go. This is the last day of the budget, so 15 days left. So I've already started planning because I forgot that I was doing a plan with me because during Christmas and New Year I kind of just planned on my own. But we have a working calculator this time. I really need to get some rub out pens because I feel like that would be really important. You're quite zoomed in, so I'm sorry you can't see the whole sheet right now, but I'll move you about as and when. So I know that I have an actual rollover of £478.90 because that's what's left from last week and matches up with cash in my bank. I mean, the 90p is all that's in my bank, so not hard to figure it out really. But I just rounded it down to 475 because it gives me like a £3. I know then I've got £3.90 as like a little buffer. I can't give myself big buffers. I was watching people, like I've seen people and they've got like £100, couple £100, you know. Someone over at the pond in America even has 1,000 in their bank buffer, and I was just like, oh, I'd love to do that, but I know I can't be trusted with it. I just spend it. I'd be like, oh, it's alright, I'll pay it back out of this, and then I never would. So yeah, I just can't do that. I'm just naughty girl who can't be trusted. So I've got a £3.90 buffer for the week, you know, and I will actually spend all of it, and I'll forget that I did that. I will know that everything's budgeted for here, but I'll forget that there was a shortfall technically. So 475 on the buffer. Oh my gosh, on the rollover. Plus I budget 21 for child benefit, which I get every Tuesday. It's actually £21.80, but you know, we get close. And then I'm budgeting for the first time ever to use sinking fund money, which would be £50, which is for my car MOT, which is this week. It is on the 10th. So I have decided to include it in my budget because I know that that's going out regardless. It's like a bill. Unless it gets cancelled this week, it will be a bill. That gives me a total, sorry if my camera's a bit shaky. It looks really shaky from like thingy looking through. Yeah, so that gives me a total income of £546 for the week. I was about to say the month. So I've then in my bills, I have no bills coming out this week. So I treat my sinking funds spending as like a fixed expense because I try to plan my spending because I plan my sinking funds unless something comes up, but I try to, you know, budget my sinking funds accordingly. So I've been putting more money last week into the MOT sinking fund because I knew my MOT was coming up. I tried to put money into the cats because they're a priority because if something happens, it's like a bill from them. So yeah, I've budgeted to spend £50 out of my car MOT sinking fund because that's the cost of a car MOT, isn't it? So that leaves me with £496 for the week. So because you're so zoomed in, you won't see this, but off camera or to the side of the camera, I will have open my monthly binder and I will be looking at how much is left in there, and then I'll be thinking about what's going on this week or what's needed. So do we need a lot of food shopping? Will it be a week that I go to Tesco's? I pay for Club Card Plus and I get an extra 10% discount twice a month. So I try and plan bigger food shops because the more I spend, the bigger percentage, right? So will I use all my household money or will I save some? Do I need to get any more cat food? So I'll be doing that and flicking through, whilst also, I don't know if I showed it. Oh, sorry, I'm just whacking the camera now. Every month I've started having a what's going on for the month throughout the month. And so I know that My daughter has an interview, so I might need parking money. She also has orthodontist. Next week is in my budget week, so I will need parking money and extra diesel, so I might need to fill up the car. The MOT is the next day, so I might not want to fill it up too much. You know, the orthodontist isn't local, and it helps with things like birthdays coming up, so I put money from my week 2 closeout towards gifts, what was left over, and so that just kind of really helps me budget. And so now I will sit and look. So like electric has £20 in it. I have direct debit money. I have £8 in here. This one we don't think about. But we have £8 in here, but that's not until the following budget week. So I will, because I'm just going to be flicking through and reading the back of the trackers. I don't want to budget £150 for food when I only have £120 in there. See, look, I put takeaway. I only have £120 in there for the rest of the month, so I'm not gonna budget for it. That would be silly, wouldn't it? But I am silly like that, so I need to be looking at it. I need the visual thing. So speaking of going to Tesco's, I am going to go to Tesco's, because what if the car fails its MOT? I don't have a large Tesco's near me. I have to drive to it out of town. We only have small ones. So I'm going to budget £100 for food. And I'm going to aim to go and get 2 weeks worth of food shopping with this. And then there's 120 in the envelope. So I'll have 20 left over for the week after, just to pick up little bits. And I think this is something that I'm going to do more regularly. I used to do twice a month food shops, or every other week food shops, when I had no car and I did online delivery, and that worked quite well for me. And I did bulk food shopping, and that my takeaways were a lot higher. But now we're getting meat in bulk anyway from the butchers. Hi Moo. Yes, that notebook is for you to come and lie on. Not. She's like, but I love paper. Yeah, so Moo, can you move please? Okay, I just threw one of my savings challenges on the floor for her to go after. Luckily she's not the chewy cat. Yeah, so that's that. While I'm also there, I'm going to take £10 household, because we could do with some more. We've got toilet rolls, but I don't think we've got enough for the whole 2 weeks. So I'll get them in Tesco's, and I'll bung it in with to get the higher percentage of discount. Cats, I'm going to, right, so I need to do maths here. 39 plus 17. 56. The 63 in cat. 63. 7. So 63, take away 5. 58. Oh, do you know what? I'm just going to budget 60. Bobby needs food. Oh, no. I'm going to budget 60. So Bobby could do with food. Or should I just get them cat litter today? Do you know what? I'm going to budget 60, and I'll work out how much I need. Bobby needs biscuits and he needs meat, because they won't last him the month. He has some, but they won't last. And then Moo and Fraser have tins and pouches, depending on what I feel like giving them that day. In Tesco's, you get 10% on the Club Card Plus that I pay £8 a month for. You get an extra 10% off all of your pet products that are Tesco only. And Tesco pet food works really well for both Moo and Fraser, because Moo is allergic to one type of fish, but Fraser's got all sorts of allergies. And one of the vets once called him a neurotic cat. I put the bunny ears in, the vet didn't. But oh, you're back again, Moo. We're just talking about you and your food. The biscuits agree with them. Yeah, one of the types of fish that's used a lot in whiskers gives Moo a bit of a dodgy tummy. And it's not very nice for her, bless her. So yeah, we'll get food for them. They don't really, Moo and Fraser are pretty much sorted. They don't need biscuits. They got tins, but they're going to run out of pouches. So I might just get them some pouches, because Bob has pouches, and I prefer tins because they're more environmentally friendly and cheaper. But Bob gets a bit jealous when he sees me opening a tin and it doesn't go on his plate. So, Moo, excusez-moi, please. Excusez-moi. Oh, you... Hey! That was because I pushed her bottom. Moo is the grumpy... Oh, she whacked you with the tail. How rude. She's the grumpiest of cats. Are you done being grumpy? Can I have the table back? No, you can't sit on this. Look, here's a piece of paper. She loves paper. I paused it and pushed her away, but she's not happy about it. That tail coming in. She's on the other piece of paper though. Right, Diesel. Diesel has £40 in it. I'm going to budget 40 because after the car might fail its MOT and not need any more. I don't think I need to put the full 40 in, but I'm going to take the 40 out because I might get the car cleaned beforehand. Treats has £2 left in it. I'm not going to budget anything for treats. Self-care has £5 left in it. I'm not going to budget anything for self-care. Miscellaneous has £10 left in it. I know I definitely need parking money for the orthodontist. We could walk to the college. Ugh. She wants me to come along to the interview but not actually go in with her because I'm invited as a parent. Bless her. But I feel like there's a Waitrose really close by, so if I didn't go in, I could go and move the car and then come back to Waitrose when she's done. Moo, why? I just shoved her out of the way again. But the parking is really expensive there if she does want me to stay. And I think it'll be one of those things that on the day. So parking's really cheap where the orthodontist is because it's not in my local area. We have to drive for about 45-50 minutes. I just drive out of my area and everything's really cheap. Everything's so much cheaper. I think I'm going to budget. I have it all in change as well, so I could just take like, if I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take £7 with me. And I'm not going to budget anything for electric because I put the £20 on just before New Year, but my daughter's gone back to school, so everything should hopefully get a bit cheaper. But if need be, I've got £20 in electric, so I'll just take it out. Yeah, because I'd like that £20 in electric to go towards my keep the lights on challenge. So 100 for food, £10 for household, 60 for cats, plus 40 for diesel, plus £7 for miscellaneous is £217. And we're just going to basically have a really cheap week for the last week of the month. I mean, we might be celebrating, or I say I might be celebrating because the car passes MOT and be like, whoop, whoop. But yeah, and we don't have to spend the full 100 and everything else. So I have £496, take away 217 equals £279 left over. Then roll the dice. I'm going to do all my cash stuffing challenges. I'm going to put £1 towards it, I've said, and sinking fund £20. So it comes to £21. I could do that maths in my head. So 279 take away 21 equals £258 to roll over into next week. I don't plan to make any debt payments, so I haven't filled that in. I also use it as an overflow if I have loads of money for like savings challenges and stuff, but shouldn't need to. So I know that I've got 200 in my budget for in my cash envelopes for next month, so that would leave me £58 for the following month. But I shouldn't need to get anything for the cats, any fuel. It's just going to be a really cheap week. And to be honest, it's like the car's just been MOT'd and it's the last week of my budget. So yeah, I think a cheap week will be welcomed. So that's my budget with me for week 3 of my month 12 budget from my December pay. Haven't been paid my main pay yet in January, so that will be coming up in like 2 weeks time, or 15 days should I say, or is it 16 days actually, because it's the 19th and today is the 3rd. But yeah, so that's how that's gonna go, and it'll just be, I think, nice. I need to take my Christmas decorations down, so go do the big food shop and then get the car MOT'd and just take everything down, have a nice big deep clean and chill for a week. Oh yeah, so yeah, I hope your budgets are going well. I know this doesn't seem the most exciting, especially as last week I cashed off so much into savings, but I got the pay for it, so now we're just having nice chilled. And I think that might be what it'll be, like have 1 week where I spend more, like, and then 1 week where I do less. So thank you all for stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.